realized we had dinner plans tonight, and she was like, "I'll be home a little after 6," and I was like, "Perfect. I don't think this will be more than an hour, but I'll double
No,
check."
it won't. It definitely won't be more than an hour.
Oh, perfect then. No worries at all then.
And we're live, y'all. Just so you know, we are here reacting to the state of play. I am Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC, and I'm joined today. First time doing the show with him in a long time. The Will Gray. How you doing, Will?
I have missed you, Travis, both as a person and as a podcasting partner. It has been a long few months. It's good to be across the screen from you again, friend. I've missed you.
Oh, yeah,
Let's watch some video game stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
this is
I'm
exciting.
looking forward to it. It's the first one. Summer Game Fest showcases that are going to be coming. We got this one, then we got the actual Summer Games Fest thing next Friday. We got the Xbox one next Sunday. We got the Ubisoft one that following Monday. Like, it's going to be a great time for video games. Let's get started.
This is it. You've known me. We've been podcasting for a year. This is the time where I've finally reached it, and I'm like, I think this is the summer where I get my PS5.
One of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry, with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space. We announced their first game, Concord, last year, and today they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. But first, here's an extended vignette introducing some of the cool characters you'll find in the Concord Galaxy. Enjoy.
What's up, Jess? Why did I immediately think Ready Player One? You know what I'm talking about in the Oasis or whatever?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Spontaneous creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer could we have left?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Oh, where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then that.
Shit hits the fan.
Not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue light,
Amar, we will. We will.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
You know that burned like a motherfucker.
Had to.
0% chance that didn't get in her eyes.
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what? Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
We just started. This is the first thing they're showing, so we haven't talked about Spider-Man 2 DLC yet.
Fine.
There's rumors about it, but we don't know for sure.
Today would be the day, though. Because this is only Sony stuff, right?
Yeah, this is these PlayStation. Will be some third-party stuff likely in there too, but it's everything that's going to be on PlayStation.
Yeah, this is all the big Sony stuff for the summer, though. So if they were going to announce the new DLC, would be where it would be.
They might do it at the Summer Game Fest too, but yeah, they probably announce it here and then like show more at Games Fest kind of thing.
That would be cool.
Goodbye.
This would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die. Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us.
That voice sounds really familiar.
Hey, Mark,
It does.
what are you doing?
And for this to be a game, I feel like this is a movie they've convinced me I would watch.
I'd be in for it.
Perhaps we should have let go also.
Enough. Do not dare.
But we were supposed to stick together.
If you
And
let
him
go,
would
I
never leave me.
swear I will be.
Oh, look, there they are.
Oh, fuck. There they are.
I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
That's one way of
I
looking
knew
at it.
this was going to work.
Mhm.
This wasn't the plan.
No, it just wasn't the one we started with. All right. Another satisfied customer. Goods delivered. I send everyone their cut.
So do you like carry it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever?
Hey, Mara. Don't joke about something like this.
Our next job is somewhere with less
We'll
scaffolding.
have no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding. I promise.
Get a man his hot sauce.
We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
I used to keep hot sauce in my car.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter.
It was because
universe
you just never know sometimes when you eat with people or eat at people's homes.
on your
If
partner
you'll need it,
crew,
yeah.
Hmm.
A group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the
Free
stars.
Gunners sounds
They take
strangely
high-stake
sexual.
jobs on worlds across wild space where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
That sounds like a free gunner. Sounds like some weird like polyamory thing that nobody's hip to yet, but it's like Reddit's real big into it. Like that's the thing. We're free gunners. Like what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, man, the Free Gunners are big on Reddit.
Chance to be someone.
Lennox.
Need a second to fix myself up.
Why not?
And in the wilds, it's anyone's game. You won't survive on your own.
Target blinded.
I haven't played much Destiny, but I'll take your word for it. I kind of remember when I first started. Kind of reminds me of Overwatch.
Destiny?
This.
Oh. This definitely looks like Overwatch.
Every day to do the
Like 100%.
Time to show them the big guns. That's
What was the other one? Apex Legends.
Yeah, yeah. Kobe plays a lot of that.
will go anywhere.
It looks like Apex. That's cool.
Face any enemy.
It's one of those. It looks like if you're into this kind of game, you're gonna have a great time here. Shooters aren't really my thing, though.
We're the Free Gunner crew of the North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
the crew is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
With Concord, we leaned on the strengths and background of our team to make a tight, well-balanced FPS that feels great to play. We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise visceral shooting, and expressive abilities.
We ended up finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters makes every fight, every matchup feel really different.
leaning into the asymmetry of the characters, really pushing the possibility space of two different characters colliding. It's all about creating opportunities for improvisation. That's where we can get out of the way and let players find their own magic. We also have abilities that are meant to have impact beyond direct combat. Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple respawns across a match. There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies. Coordinated teams can set up and plan ahead, and depending on where and when it happens, players can shift the battlefield to their advantage.
We've got everything.
Okay, so it's like Apex leveled up then.
Yeah. And sparked robots. Every character brings their own.
I think I played a total of 3 rounds of Apex in my entire life, so.
Well, each character ultimately has their own powers and stuff, and you can like coordinate with your team to like to cut the advantage in battle towards you by gearing up right, just like every other MMO style game with that kind of gameplay, right?
Yeah.
So this seems like that, but leveled up like tremendously.
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's global launch on August 23rd, 2024.
All right, y'all get into that beta. You gave up on Apex. All right. So what, you strictly Call of Duty now?
Sell a lot of feet pics and get it before the beta comes out then.
Strictly Warzone. Okay.
Fair.
Speaking of Call of Duty, though, let me know what you're doing next Sunday, Kobe.
Are you calm?
I just saw the new trailer for Black Ops 6. That looks ridiculous.
Yeah, they're doing a deep dive into it next Sunday. So
Really want more.
the teaser was only 60 seconds, and it went through like 40 years of American history in just that 60 seconds.
You will die, Kratos of Sparta.
yeah, we pretty much already knew they were bringing God of War 2 to PC. So this is, it's cool to see more people get a chance to play it.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve.
Are they going to patch the entire series over?
Well, 2018 is already on PC, but as far as the older ones that were like on PS2 and PS3, I don't think so.
That's what I was curious about, is how backwards compatible are they going to make it?
Yeah.
Do what is necessary.
This is one of the few PlayStation exclusives that I never really dove too hard into. I played the original one. I never played the 2018 remake. But
Well, 2018 is not a remake. It really is a sequel to the story. And they show you, how it all ties back at certain points and stuff. It is. I would possibly argue that God of War 2018 is the best video game ever made.
Holy shit, that good, huh?
It was so fucking good. And like I said, in God of War Ragnarok kind of improved on all that kind of stuff.
Soldiers and officials
And
alike.
that was all real cool. But if it wasn't for 2018, none of that would. What it did with Kratos was fucking amazing. The gameplay of it, amazing. The story, amazing. Like, I guess with Ragnarok, I kind of saw it coming, so it didn't really hit me as hard as 2018 did. But it was so good.
Someone must.
The over Baldur's Gate 3.
I love Baldur's Gate 3 in a very different way. It's one of those things where it allows me to play D&D as a player and not as the DM all the time. And it's the closest thing I'll ever get to that experience, and that's why I love it so much. Is this Dynasty Warriors?
That's what it looks like.
Kobe, this Dynasty Warriors. Kobe, Dynasty Warriors.
That's why I was curious when you said greatest game. I was like, that's a big, bold statement, because I immediately start thinking through my greatest games of all time. And I was like, Dynasty Warriors Origins, there you go. 2025. It's only a year out.
I'm so happy right now. You have no idea. Half chub. Like, if I think about it a little longer, I might flip this desk over. Like, it is amazing.
Full chub, heard. Wow. Dynasty Warriors, huh?
Yes. You have no idea.
Okay. Forever.
See?
Even Kobe's like, we've waited forever for this.
Like, part of me wants to text Matt right now and be like, bruh, hold on.
This looks like Genshin Impact.
I'm calling Matt right now.
He's gonna be like, Travis, I'm at work. What's
I
up?
don't give a fuck.
Hey, what's up?
Nigga. So we're watching the state of play right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what they just announced? It's not Twisted Metal. Don't get excited.
Dynasty Warriors.
Yes.
Which one?
It's called Dynasty Warriors Origin.
Ooh.
Yeah. Exactly. I knew you'd get it.
You're still
Wow.
on the screen? Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Dynasty Warriors sucks hard.
Fair.
Exactly.
Fair.
Very excited.
Okay. I wanted to make sure you knew that.
Release date or no?
They just said 2025.
Oh, well, fuck me.
It's all right. It's next year, man. We waited this long. We can wait till next year. We'll be all right.
I guess I still do have to go beat Final Fantasy 15 at some point. It actually started, so I got time. All right.
All right. Later.
I like how he knew right off the rip if it wasn't Twisted Metal, it was Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
That says everything. That says
Like-
everything I need to know.
Mm.
Why do we have to pick?
That's the thing. The PlayStation thing, if it's two things that we would get super excited about, it's Dynasty Warriors and Twisted Metal. Those are the two. If they showed us that shit, it is on.
These essences shall not fall into your treacherous hands.
What is this?
Wayward emissaries, grant us the forgotten miracles.
I don't know, but I am intrigued.
It doesn't look like Square Enix, but it looks like a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
It's a very confused Will face.
This looks kind of like it's playing like a Souls-like. So
Remember,
I don't know.
no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
No, that's too much hope for a Souls game. That ain't it. Ballad of Antara. Okay.
2025. I love a good RPG. You know you can sell me on that. Just about anything that's got a good story and a good leveling system.
Skydance's Behemoth. Oh, PSVR 2.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse.
Well, you know better now, don't you?
There is no hope here. And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
Every time we've ever watched a VR trailer for a game, Travis, I've said the same thing. Am I going to be able to sit and play this game for hours like I would an RPG?
Yeah.
Not, you know what I mean? Like, is there going to be enough meat on the bones gameplay wise for me to want to sit and play this game for hours?
Yeah, the MetaQuest 3 one, Asgard's Wrath, I think is what it was called.
Asgard's Wrath, it's still on my list.
Yeah,
because it looked that good.
And the reviews and what people are saying, it is that fucking good. So that's on my list too.
I have a buddy who's got a MetaQuest. He's got a MetaQuest 2 and his dad just got a MetaQuest 3. And they do the planes. And they will do whole ass fight simulations in their planes where they will do like war sequences, like from like battles and shit, where they will go into this flight simulator and like do World War II battle sequences in their planes together and shit. And I'm like, y'all are wild.
That sounds like a great time though. Like
That's video gaming on a next level for me. Like I wouldn't know what to do, like full immersion, like full rigs with you know, the joysticks and the control panels and stuff. I'm like, you guys are wild. I haven't even played on a VR, and they whole ass have an entire room set up for it.
Yeah, I've done different VRs. So like I've done the ones that you get the cardboards that you use with your phone and shit like that. I tried out the PlayStation VR when it first was being like shown off in Best Buys and all that kind of shit, like 10 years ago or some shit. Now it seems like it wasn't that far back. I think it was like 2017 or something. But
see, Alien VR just doesn't do it for me.
yeah, I don't see myself getting a PlayStation VR or VR2. Like if I'm gonna get a headset, I'm getting the MetaQuest 3 or whatever the next MetaQuest is. It's just
playable soon on PS.
It's kind of how I feel about it. Like I don't feel like there was enough that happened with the first VR headset to warrant them making the VR2 such a big deal, and now they're doing exclusive content for it. And I'm like, is there that big of an audience that's eating these games up like that? Because I don't have any friends that are just like, yo, I love my PlayStation VR 2. Like it's the bee's knees for video games. Like I don't have anybody that said that.
Destiny awaits.
Okay. They showed this all first time a while ago. I forgot what show we saw this at, but I remember seeing this.
I do remember seeing it. Because I remember them talking about being able to switch between characters and stuff.
Yeah,
there used to
another one. It's Overwatch with Marvel characters, basically.
Yeah, there was an old like arcade game back in the day. It's like the Ninja Turtles style game that played
Marvel
like
one?
this. I can't remember if it was a Marvel one or not, but it
So,
played.
yeah, there's the Marvel one that had like it was so big it had 2 screens in the cabinet and shit.
Yeah. I just remember it looking a lot like this with the way it played, like because I remember thinking of it being the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game that I'm talking about.
Side-scroller beat 'em up.
Side-scroller-
Yeah.
exactly. It's like a bigger version of that, and that's what this looks like. Okay, Marvel's Rivals. I mean, I'm into it.
See how mankind has conquered space.
Closed beta. Okay. Kobe, if you wanted to hop on that one, I'd be down. At least to try it out. I don't know how long I stick with it, but I'd be willing to give it a shot.
That's a big ass catfish, Travis.
It is. Can you imagine like chopping that one up and cooking it up though?
The meat would be so fucking tough because
Really?
of how big it would be.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the thing. Like if you would a fish that size would have to be a high activity fish for it not to be just straight fat. Like a catfish that size would be like it'd be like trying to eat a shark. It'd be nothing but cartilage.
I've had shark before. I don't remember it, so it probably wasn't very memorable.
I've
But,
had shark.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a sucker for anything that involves kung fu or has the feel of an old school kung fu movie. So piqued my interest at the very least just because of that.
Hello, friends and fans. I am super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
I'm honestly at a point now where
Hide from me, Michael.
I don't care what else they show. They gave me fucking Dynasty Warriors, so this is success.
Everything's just icing on the cake after that.
Yeah, it's not gonna get any better. There's nothing else they can show me right now that will make this better, other than if they somehow also showed me Twisted Metal. But
Let's make this one
that game got canceled, so we know that's not happening. But
did it get canceled completely?
That's what they're saying.
Yikes.
It wasn't ever officially announced, so it's one of those things where it was just like what the back channels are saying is there was something that was supposed to exist and it ended up getting canceled before they even announced it.
I was down there. It was horrible.
But again, it's fine. I got Dynasty Warriors.
This looks like a Telltale Games, like the ones that did like
Yeah.
the Walking Dead series and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those
For
are
a
okay.
while, Telltale Games were the only ones I had platinum trophies in. Because you got it just for finishing it. But yeah. Also more
Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I got the platinum in Ghost of Tsushima. And then I got the one for Spider-Man 2.
The platinum ones are when you 100% it, right?
Yeah. We'll get all the trophies. Yeah.
Yeah. Path of Exile. I feel like I've seen stuff for this game coming up too.
Ogum was once a peaceful land, but each day descends further into madness. Famine and plague besiege us. The very earth is being poisoned. The Count's men, once our protectors, have turned on us. And now,
This looks like it's probably some sort of a strategy game from just the look of it.
Yep.
Oh, top-down RPG thing. Okay, I see. Dungeon crawly kind of thing.
Diablo meets WoW.
Yeah. What it's looking like to me.
That heads-up display reminds me of WoW for some reason. Like
Yeah.
the old. I could get behind it. I like Diablo 3.
Mm-hmm. You give me a solid character creator in this, I'm in.
but I need not do it alone.
Couch co-op. Okay. So it's a lot like Diablo then.
Crossplay. Okay, between what? PlayStation and PC, most likely.
It's an
Cross
online
progression also. Okay. Good, good.
Okay.
We're saying good things here. Early access later this year. Okay.
I can get behind that. The
Mhm.
dogs started losing their mind, so I muted for a second.
I mean, it's exciting stuff happening. They were excited. I get it.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just.
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I was gonna say it. I said this immediately. Was like, this is Silent Hill.
Wrong?
I could see it.
Yeah, I think this is
Dangerous?
Is it the remake that they were talking about before?
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I've heard the rumblings of a complete series reboot starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
And this could very well be it. And I would 1000% be behind it. That was one of my favorite original PlayStation series.
Yeah, the scary games. That's another one of those things that's Kobe's bag there. He'd be into that.
That was my intro to horror games.
See, me, it was Resident Evil.
Resident Evil was up there, the director's cut for the PS1. There was an old Sega Saturn game called D, where you were like, it was a puzzle solver game where you were going through Dracula's mansion. Yeah, think like Myst and stuff like that. Super
Gotcha.
cool game. Yeah, but it was really highly underappreciated because it was a Sega Saturn exclusive.
Yeah,
Poor
well,
guy.
There's your mistake right there.
Yeah. Okay, so Silent Hill 2 then. So they're gonna maybe
So-
remastered.
Yeah, look at they were remaking Silent Hill 2. Okay.
That's cool.
Capcom announced this next game last December, offering just a glimpse of what's in store for their celebrated franchise. Today, I am so excited to share the first full gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Nothing was more scary for me than the first Outlast when I first played it. Okay.
I'm trying to. The first game that genuinely scared me
soon as we find
Resident Evil 2 was pretty creepy.
Ready to go.
Like there were some points in that game that genuinely was like, oh shit.
You bet.
I think the first Silent Hill probably for me was the first game that like jump scare. Like, oh fuck. That or Resident Evil 2 around the same time, whichever one of those came out first. Those are the two that come to mind.
Resident Evil didn't really jump scare me. It was one of those games that just had me constantly feeling uncomfortable. Like,
I know in the first one in the director's cut, there's the one where you're coming through. They've got you, the camera's up in like the corner, and you're walking down the hallway, like almost towards the camera, and then the dogs jump through the window. For some reason, I still remember that to this day.
yeah, that's the moment that a lot of people talk about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we go back to them riding on the not chocobos? Yeah, there we go.
That's like
these things are clearly chocobos with no feathers. Like that's what that is.
It's like a griffin without wings.
Yeah.
And those are definitely like
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
that's a big ass lion. Like a really big ass lion.
Big ass sword. If I'm playing this, that's the weapon I'm taking, is the big ass sword. Okay.
So it's got guns and big sword.
Okay, and a gun. Okay.
Yeah.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you.
Oh, Monster Hunter. Okay. I don't know why, like, it just wasn't registering for me what this game was. They said Capcom, and I'm like, what the fuck is this game? I'm like, I know what it is. Yeah, it's Monster Hunter. Okay. That explains the weapons. Got it.
Monster Hunter's Wilds.
Okay. This what they're throwing in Astrobot? Because they've been talking about yep.
Uh-huh.
That's another one. They're like, hey, Astrobot's coming. And when you get your PS5, Will, a lot of people skip over it. Do not. Astrobot's Playroom. It comes packed in with the PS5. Play it. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Just in it, yeah, it's fun, and it's a great tech demo for what the PS5 can do. And it's such like just a celebration of PlayStation 2. It's so good. Way better than I expected it to be. Like now, like that's just what Astrobot is now, I guess, because he's just like flying around on a PlayStation controller now.
Okay. So is it just like a platformer that just teaches you what you can do dynamically using the system and controller then?
Yeah.
So it's like Mario 64, but for the PS5, sort of.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Not as big and not as long and anything like that. It's a pretty short game. But
Fair. But that was genuinely what Mario 64 was about, was showing you what the system could do and what the controller is capable of.
Right.
Because you used all the buttons on it, you could use all the features for it. Like, I can get behind that. Plus, I love a good platformer. You can never go wrong with like Mario and Sonic and shit like that. So
yeah, and I tell people that all the time, where I was just like, yo, if you play Astrobot's Playroom when you get your PS5, you'll be like me. I was so excited for this damn controller. Like that was the thing. Like, this is so fucking cool.
Was that Parappa the Rapper?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is all just like that's what I think that's what like Astrobot is now. It's just like just a celebration of PlayStation's history. It is so good.
God, I remember that game.
This looks like a lot of fun. Like I would definitely check this out. This looks like something I would even stream.
That was cool.
Astrobot Kratos.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you want to go back and rewatch it just to pick up all the Easter eggs you've missed.
Exactly.
Because I just saw what was the rifle that they had for the PS3 where you could like
oh yeah,
shoot
with
'em up
the
game,
light,
like
the move control on the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
September 6th. Okay.
Be sure to visit PlayStation blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation
Bunch of
Store,
stuff is on
great new
sale, y'all.
content
So
coming
if
from
you
PlayStation Plus,
there's any
and
game you've been
more.
thinking about, look now. Probably on sale. They got
This is the
hardware
time
on
to
sale
do it.
too. Like the PSVR is $100 off now. Like
That's dope. Okay.
Well, Will, this was a great time. I enjoyed this a lot. Anything that you
Absolutely.
saw that really stood out to you?
The one thing, Dynasty Warriors was big. You and Matt pretty much summed that up. That was the only one of the series that I remember that being like, oh shit, like that's a big deal. That one was cool. Concord, I think, was the name of the first shooter that they were showing us right off the rip. That one looked really fun. The one that looks like a mix of a whole bunch, Overwatch and Apex and everything all mixed together. That was super cool. I could get behind that. And some of the VR stuff. But again, like I'll probably go MetaQuest if I decide to go with a VR headset versus a VR2.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I said the same thing myself earlier. It's just if I'm going with a VR set, I'm going with a MetaQuest because we watched the MetaQuest event together and we were both just like, oh
Do
yeah.
I need a MetaQuest 3 more than I need a PS5? And I've never been that close on a VR headset in my life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for me, you already know. Like I said, I called my best friend to tell him about it. Like it's Dynasty Warriors. Like the fact that they're giving us another one finally, man. Because Dynasty Warriors 9 was a disappointment. Like it upset a lot of people, including me. I was very upset. I called off work that day to play it when it came out and shit. Ended up getting written up for calling off work, and then ended up getting put on probation at work and all that kind of shit for a game that was trash, and I was so mad. It's just like I could have just went to work and I would have been fine, and also would not have spent money on this trash game. But 1 through 8 were great.
Maybe this is their comeback.
Yeah,
This is
kind of
their-
return to form. Like that dude, did he have like brass knuckles or some shit?
It looked like he had like Wolverine claws strapped to the back of his hands.
Yeah. So it looks like it's a thing where you're going to be making your own character and playing through the story with
And
them.
building your own weapons and stuff, maybe.
Yeah. Is that a nameless hero? Somebody who was probably there through the whole story, because the Three Kingdoms story is pretty fucking dope on its own anyway. But having somebody that was just kind of like there from the beginning and all the time that you're playing it that people don't know and all that kind of stuff, that seems like a fun idea.
From the perspective of a new character.
Yeah. Even though there are characters that I would like to go back and play again. Upset is an understatement. Yes. Dynasty Warriors 9. Now, I was much more than upset. It's funny because he played it later and was like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, I know I told you, because I told everybody who would listen, because I was pissed.
When it's trash, it's trash.
There's no way I didn't tell him. He just forgot, because there's no way I didn't tell him that game was not good. But it's one of those. I still own it because I got it digitally. So it's one of those. I picked it up maybe like a year ago or so, and I'm like, maybe I'll misjudge it. I'm like, nope, still trash. So, but all right, Will. This is a fun time. I'm also looking forward to Astrobot, because this is one I pretty much knew they were going to announce and talk about, but seeing it in action looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I just might stream that one.
It looks like I said, like you want to go back and rewatch it now and just look for all the Easter eggs that you know you missed from the original PlayStation, PS2, PS3, like all the way up.
Yeah. This is exciting. Just, I wonder how much it's going to be. Do they have it on the store yet? Let me look. PlayStation Store. Let's see. Not seeing it yet. PS5 games. Yeah, I don't see it there yet, but I'm guessing it won't even be like a full $70 game. It'll probably be like 50 or so. But even if it is the full 70, I still might get it.
Just for the fun of it.
Yeah. But all right, Will, this has been a good time. Good to see you again.
Always a pleasure, friend.
Again, look forward to having you with us next week for the other showcases and everything. It'll be a great time.
Yes, it will.
All of you watching right now, thank you for being here with us. Remember, you can catch us live if you're not watching us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/creationworld. And if you're there, subscribe. You can do it for free if you have an Amazon Prime account, because that means you got Prime Game. You put those two things together, Fusion, how you get a free subscription every month. We would appreciate you giving it to us. But if not, give it to your favorite Twitch streamer. Just don't let it go to waste. Also on YouTube at youtube.com/creationworld. You go there, you can also subscribe to us, and it's free there. But also, next to that subscribe button is a little bell. And hanging from that bell is a little bean. You know what I want you to do? I want you to flick that bean. You do that anytime we go live, anytime we drop a new video, you get notified. So do that. If you want to support us financially, the best way to do that is on Patreon at patreon.com/creationworld. You do that, you get all of our stuff ad free, except for things like this, because there's no ads here because we're just watching the shit. But other shows like Creation Conversation, Smacking It Raw, Getting Off, all the other shows that we do. Hashtag Them Dragons is coming back when House of the Dragon comes back. You get all those ad free. And you get other stuff too, like extra shows, like Return to Wrestling, myself and the Warden Matt Riddle. I make Matt watch old WCW stuff and make him miserable. Yes and no. We had merch. We shut down the merch store because I'm redoing it. But we'll get back to you on that. Also, check out all of our stuff. creationworld.com, where you can get all the links to everything that we do. So check that out. You can follow us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creation World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. And while you're there, you can check out our Facebook groups, one of them being facebook.com/group/Them Dragons. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, like I mentioned, hashtag Them Dragons, the podcast will be coming back. When House of the Dragon comes back, we'll be going live right after that show is over every week while that show is running for, I think it's 8 episodes. So you get 8 episodes of that show during that time. Also, facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw, the official Facebook group for the Smacking It Raw podcast, the #1 wrestling podcast on the spicy sites. Check that out with the Warden Matt Ritter, Vince Danny Delgado, and Katie Kinsey Bebe, occasionally other guest hosts such as the Will Gray right here and others. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram and all the other stuff at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Will, my friend, where can they find you?
First and foremost, I want to say thanks for letting me hang out with you. I'm still the honorary Oos, even if I'm not around as much. If you are interested in my shenanigans elsewhere, you can check my link tree at the Will Gray. You'll find everything I do for Rivet City Radio, Botch Bots, and Chair Shots, and my writing profile for Last Word on Sports.
Awesome. We'll be back Smacking the Raw this weekend. We'll be back with Creation Conversation on Thursday. Live reactions to all this Summer Games Fest stuff. Friday evening, Sunday afternoon, Monday afternoon, all that good stuff. We'll catch y'all then. Until that time, we out.